Ladies and gentlemen, I appear to have gotten ahead of myself. I said whenever we hit 10K, I'd play Gunner Heat PC. And I did. I've played it multiple times on stream. My dumbass. Hey, not everyone can catch a stream.
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
So we're going to make a real Gunner Heat PC dedicated video. And it's also going to be me announcing the start of Game Like Barry, the gaming channel. This is going to primarily be a reaction channel here. So if we play a game, it'll either be a level I really care about cinematically or me reacting to a new game. Regular playthroughs, normal multiplayer stuff, cinematic games that I don't want to put 30-parters on this channel will be on Game Like Barry. We're still going to stream off of this channel. So I'm going to go in here, hop in an old Abrams with a 105. That's before my time. Every vehicle in this game, the Fulda Gap stuff, before my time. But I still know how the American vehicles work. How to sight an Abrams, how to fire an Abrams, how to sight a Bradley, how to fire a Bradley. Column maneuvers, armor maneuvers, tactics, offense and defense, how to fight certain Russian vehicles, how to not get killed by certain Russian vehicles, how to use air assets, how to use direct fires, how to fight at night. I'm going to try to touch all the fun little bases here in Gunner Heat PC. We're going to start. I'm just going to run through the intro on the Abrams to get y'all warm and fuzzy on what it looks like looking down the gun sight, what each different round does, and things of that nature. So let's hop in here and play some Gunner Heat PC. This game is set in height of the Cold War Europe, it seems. Hopefully they get down the line to where they start adding the SEPs, the 120s and stuff of that nature. But we can work with this easily. Let's hop into the Abrams tutorial. I'll run y'all through that, get you warm and fuzzy on how it works, and then we'll do some of these instant action missions. All right, M1 Abrams training range. We'll do it during the daytime. Even though I personally preferred shooting at night, how the thermals work in an Abrams, and you typically scan and shoot off of thermals unless you need the day sight or something. The colder the ground is, the better your targets pop, and the ground's going to be cold at night. It's thermal for a reason, so any heat source, any engine is going to pop way more at night than it is if it's 110 degrees out and you're looking for metal targets. They're going to kind of blend into each other. But TC ready, driver ready, tank and drive. So before you go out onto a range like this, you got to do a crew check by each station. Driver lets you know, driver ready, tank and drive. Loader ready, whatever's in the gun, Sabo in this case, loaded. Gunner ready, Sabo index. On the gunner's panel, he's got these buttons with different rounds on them, because the calculations that the computer in the tank's going to do are different for each type of round. A Sabo does not need as much trajectory to hit the target as a Heat does, or an Impact, because a Sabo is a depleted uranium dart. It shoots pretty straight, while these other ones are heavy, so they're going to need more arc. If you have Heat indexed, but you're shooting a Sabo, you're going to launch that dart 6 counties over and kill a small farm full of cows. Driver ready, tank and drive. Loader ready, Sabo loaded. Gunner ready, Sabo index, TC ready. He's taking accountability. All those people are ready to go. I'm putting my stamp on it. TC ready. We are Redcon 1, Ready Condition 1 at this time. Then you'll get told to occupy your battle position. This is how you typically drive an Abrams when you're not worried about getting shot at. Gun over the rear, and the driver's hatch will be open. That way he can see more. You don't like using those periscopes if you don't have to. If you're not getting shot at, drivers really like to have their hatch open. So we're going to... Oh, that's not how that works. We'll pretend we didn't see that, and we'll elevate it normally. And then you want to turn off your stabilizers so the turret doesn't stay locked when the hull moves. And now you're just driving a tank. This is typically how you'll see an Abrams rolling down a tank trail on a base somewhere. But since we are planning on shooting, let's get this weapon pointed up and down range, and we'll occupy one of these battle positions and start looking for targets. So real quick, this is the reticle. This is the same reticle we use nowadays. It's red on a day sight. At the bottom, you got your range that has been lased or been set in by the gunner manually. Typically, it's going to be what you laze. So we got ourselves a PC right here. The tank commander is giving a fire command. Gunner position. What you're using, Sabo. Targetry, PC. The gunner will then identify PC range, whatever the range is. Then the loader will say up, and the TC will say fire, and then you'll give your sensing. After the gunner says on the way when he squeezes triggers. That's identify PC, range 500, fire on the way. Target. Now we're loading a heat. That's when the gunner would index heat, so we're not launching it into the ground. There you go. Identify PC, range 1000 on the way. Target. And this is how fast you, well, typically I'd be scanning in thermals, and this is how fast you scan. You can hear those servo brakes. And I'm going to shoot this one in thermals. All right, we got a heat loaded. I'm going to laze right here. A little bit off. Let's get a better laze on that. Identify tank, range 18 on the way. That's target. Sabo's up. That means the gunner needs to index his Sabo. Oh, that one's far away. My tank, range 2400 on the way. Target. Sometimes it can be hard to tell if you hit something. Luckily, all these targets are metals. If I see sparks, I'm calling target, because what else would be sparking out there? Whenever you're shooting at plywood and stuff, it kind of is hard to give a good sensing. But when you got good hulks out here, like we were able to shoot at hulks over in Poland, it's easy to tell when you hit. There you go. That's your how you shoot a gun. Now, hypothetically, and I think we're going to go into this next, the Abrams does the leading for you. A bunch of other systems, you have to input lead, input Kentucky windage, things of that nature. If you have a target moving right to left, you put the reticle on that target and you match its rate of movement. You then laze and keep matching. So it's match, laze, shoot. It will then input the lead data onto that round as well as the trajectory that it needs to fire, and it will hit that moving target without you having to do anything. We're going to see that here when we do moving targets. Oh, by the way, this is the old school World War II. You just walk it in there. So let's see. That tank was at 2400, right? I'm going to put the 2400 dot right on it, and we're going to hit it again on the way. Target. Like a glove. It's hard to do when you're firing. Don't make it. It is not easy as it looks. I never got to fire a 50 cal manually, really. Every one of the tanks that I've been on has had a Crows, which is a commander's remote operated weapon station. You can mount a 240. You can mount Mark 19. We started mounting miniguns to them now to deal with drones. I'll put a video in there if I could find it. Well, there we go. Got a BMP. Now watch. I mean, it's close, so you're not going to miss it. But so you match, laze. It's going to put it in the calculation for you. Identify PC, range 400 on the way. Target. Let's get a further target to do that with. There we go. I'm going to let him pick up some movement so I can show you what I'm talking about. So normally other tanks, you'd have to aim out here and shoot. But with an Abrams, it does it all for you. Cruise control, baby. You're going to match the rate of movement. Lays the target. Identify PC, range 900 on the way. Target. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Got ourselves a tank. Let's do this one in thermals. Now coming at you is kind of different. You're not going to be able to, you're not going to have to do much. So we're going to match, laze, identify tank, range 17 on the way. Drop that hoe in there. Target. Identify tank. Ooh, that one's far away. Thermal's back to the sucked ass. Alright, identify tank, range 22. Matching. Lasing again, still 22. On the way. That's the target. Do this one in dayside this time. Alright, it's coming at us. We're going to match the rate. Lays a target. Identify tank. Range 21. On the way. That's the target. It's easy. It's not easy. It's very hard. Let's take a look at this AAR and see how we did. With a modern day M829 Alpha 3 Sabo, you don't really got to be like, where's the turret ring meet the hull? It goes through a lot of shit. But ideally, yes, you want to pick where your round is supposed to hit and aim there. So let's take a look at these. The first BTR we shot. went right through the driver's compartment and shattered the gunner's face. All the way through the back, 100% penetration, and ruined some guy's day on the back. Let's hit the next target. And that one just went in right the front, ruined everyone's day. So this one right here, right? This was the Sabo. It went through that like a hot knife through butter. You don't want it to go through it like a hot knife through butter. You want it to cause as much damage in the fighting compartment as possible. So we already had a Sabo in the gun. We can't pull the round out, load the round in if it's actually live. Just shoot what you got and load the right round. So you see this one went all the way through, out the back end. Next target, we had a heat in there. It stayed mostly in the crew compartment. If you look on this right side here, everything that got hit compared to this one, the list is twice as long because it went in there and turned that entire fighting compartment into the sun. Let's go next. Here's our first tank that we shot with a heat, right? Yeah. So T-55, our heats can enter that too. It went right through the driver's lap, missed some ammo, but it went right into the turret and made everyone have a bad day in there. That there was an 1,800 yard shot. Great. Oh, these are meters. My bad. 1,800 meter shot. And let's see about this far tank over here. A perfect Sabo. You see how that compared to that? It's a much straighter line coming around the gun, which is pretty insane to think that you can't even see that from here, but I can pick up that target and put a depleted uranium dart in that turret all the way from over here without having to do a lot of work. And we ride it back. Ooh, all the way. See, it went through the tank. See that? It overkill, and it's a Sabo. Went through the tank, but luckily it hit some ammo. Ammo cooked off, and we know what happens to Russian turrets whenever ammo cooks off. It gets really hot really fast. Let's go into our movers. Oh, that was the analog one I shot to show y'all how to do the old school way of shooting. Here we go. Oh, perfect shot. He hit the ammo and everything. Got ourselves a Sabo for this moving BMP. Went right through, but lit up the ammo rack. Tore up the commander. One shot, one kill. And you can see this one, it had a heat loaded, so it dispersed way better into the troop compartment and in the gunner's turret. Hit some ammo, cooked that bitch off, light work. Time for tanks. Moving tanks. This was the first one that was kind of coming toward us. Almost a little bit too far right, but it did sneak in under the turret ring. That's where they teach you to shoot. Right there. Right where that thing meets, that's where you're supposed to hit it. And we did. It went right under the gun mantle. Right into the crew compartment. And yeah, hit a lot of people, destroyed a lot of stuff. We got lucky that it did hit a propellant casing, because otherwise it looked like a lot of this Sabo bounced. But you only need to hit one round for that thing to cook off, and it cooked off. Another, I'd call textbook shot. Sabo, damn near through the periscope of the driver into the fighting compartment. Bad day for everyone inside. Just a quick little showcase of what an Abrams can do. Let's do a couple missions. The enemy is going to be one company with attached recon, one T-55 Alpha platoon with 2 BTR platoons and 6 Burdams in support, and all we got is one tank. We're going to destroy everyone from position 1 to position 2. But if you do want to catch some of these lives, we've been playing War Thunder, we've been playing Gunner Heat PC, we've been playing Call of Duty, we've been playing Battlefield. Great time on the streams. Check out the streams, they're really fun. Alright, let's check out the map first. Pause. You want to learn something? I'll learn you something. Here's how to read a military map. If you look at this map, and you know how to read it, you can tell where every valley is, where every hill is, where every uphill embankment and every downhill embankment are. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. These little thin gray lines, right? The distance in between a line is 10 meters. So if they're really close together, that's a really rapid increase. See how these lines are close together? It goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 really fast. Whereas this one goes 10, 20, 30, 40. So it's a slower to a gradually increasing or decreasing, in this sense, elevation change. And then if you have a point where all these close lines meet up at a single point, that's a hill. If you imagine this as layers, like onions, right? A lot of layers, tippity top. So there's a hill here. These buildings are up on a hill. Let's find another hill. Boom. Perfect example of the hill. This is a steep one too. 10, 20, 30, at least 200 meters in elevation change from the ground level to this hill. It's got us on the slope of this hill. We're going to be looking down into this little valley area. You can tell it's a valley because there's slope here, and not a lot here. So this is going to be the lowest point of this area. The enemy's supposed to be over there. It's going to be a bad day for them. Let's roll up. And I'm going to roll first person. You don't get to see like this in real life, so we're going to roll how we normally roll. Now, if we're expecting enemy, the gunner is going to be... And there we go, right there. You got to be ready. There we go. On the way. Target. Now I'm going to have the TC designate me. He's designating. Identify. Range. 1,000 on the way. Keep moving. You can shoot on the move, by the way. It's a little hard. So let's get an angle. On the way. Just over. The stabilizers in this one are not as good as the other ones. On the way. Doubtful right. Just missed. On the way. Target. What the hell? On the way. Identify PC range. 1,200 on the way. Target. PC way out there. I see him. I'll get a better angle. Keep your armor angled at him. Sabo's up. Let's lock. On the way. Target. No, it's dead. Then I can also switch to my coax as well. That is not the only weapon we possess. Got a coax. Got a 50 cal for the TC. It's not stabilized on this old model. That 50 cal will punch through a bunch of PCs, personnel carriers. Don't think of it just for trucks. It'll punch through some armored vehicles too. See that guy up top right? Alright, let's stop this. Stop this. If they're getting within range. Oh, they're down there. On the way. Target. That probably hit both of them. That definitely hit both of them. That just get a collat? I'll tell you what, we're going to clean up with the 50. How about that? Bad day to be this guy. Match, lays, fire. Target. And pretend the enemies run out. Clean up with coax. That lays works for the coax too, so watch this. Let's pretend we hate that bush. Alright, it'll do all the calculations for you. On the way. Bush is dead. With the 50, you got to do it yourself. There's no lays on this model of 50. They have them now. We're getting shot at. Let's pretend that there's a tank shooting at us and I don't want him to shoot at me anymore. Bang. There's that. You can also... The Abrams has a way to be a smoke generator. They'll spray fuel and oil. Correction, they'll spray fuel right onto the turbine. Make a bunch of smoke. That way you can lay down a smoke screen for your homies. Turn that off. But it's also a huge... Hey, look over here. I think I saw him. Yep. On the way. On the way. Correction. Lazing. On the way. Over. No, we're good. We're just going to use this hill. And then we're going to fuck them up when we get over here on the road. We know where they're at. And I'm not going to crest it. I'm going to go around. You see their smoke? Drop that battle sight all the way down. We're here. 3 tanks. On the way. Target. You don't need delays now. We're too close. On the way. On the way. Come on now. Load. On the way. Target. That turret ate that one. On the way. On the way. And that's how you tank, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty pictures. Well, guys, I had a Bradley mission to follow on after this one, but the game crashed, lost that part of the recording. So hopefully the little Abrams tease got you sated a little bit. I actually quite enjoyed playing this game, kind of running through older versions of American military equipment because it is before my time. I hope you enjoyed trying to see a modern tanker's input and how I would use these weapon systems to fight an enemy that is somewhat a near peer. I was having issues with my copy of Boondock Saints. So Favorite Friday is going to be this video today, and then I'll release Boondock Saints probably next Friday. Really wanted to get this out to show y'all, A, Game Like Berry is a thing. We'll be doing more longer playthroughs over there of cinematic games. We'll still be having topical gameplays, such as movies that we've been watching, similar games, or something that I really think y'all would like to see me react to cinematically, or if it's important to history. We'll still do those kind of games over here, but full playthroughs, normal games, like we do like a War Thunder game a week maybe, that'll be over on Game Like Berry. So make sure you subscribe. No new memberships over there. I don't want to double dip. Your membership here still get you in the same Discord as anyone who's going to be over there. This is just kind of an offshoot that I want to kind of, start categorizing things. We'll do Rap Like Bear. We want to do rap. We'll do Lift Like Bear. We want to do gym videos. Game Like Barry. React Like Barry. Chill Like Barry. We want to do IRL streams. I got them all registered. So yeah, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this short little tease of some gameplay. Hopefully I'll see y'all tonight on stream every Friday at 8 p.m. Trying to work in Tuesday streams as well at 8 p.m. And then this weekend will be the first weekend that we do an afternoon stream on either Saturday or Sunday. I want to get the European guys a chance to tune in live because I know with it being +7 or more hours over there, they don't really get the chance to watch streams. They have to watch them on the back end. And I want everyone to be able to interact. It's been fun. The voting just ended for the fan vote for the Gunners chat in Discord. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you get in there because the voting was kind of low. We're going to be watching Dirty Dozen next for the fan pick film, and that'll be out this coming week. Next vote, I'll start it on Monday. Speaking of Mondays, I got all your questions in from both YouTube and the Discord. I'm not going to get to all of them. I'm not even going to get to most of them, but I'm going to find ones that I think are pretty important, and we'll do a mail call on Monday. Old school Woody's Gamer Tag Mail Monday type video. Got a bunch of questions from a whole bunch of different walks of life concerning a whole bunch of different things, be it militarily, be it not militarily. I'm down to answer whatever. I got a lot of info up in the cabeza. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are having a good day, good end of the week. Hope y'all have a good weekend, and thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.